And we're back, and this time I'm going to show you how to create a basic t-shirt in Adobe Illustrator. So I've prepared this template. You can download that on my website. I've got something in the menu called free stuff. Just click on my website in this menu on the button and you can download this template for free over there. Make sure you've got the smart guides and only snap to point activated, and this is the point where we'll start. I've got no fill but a black stroke. And now I'll use the pen tool. And I'll start on the left hand side. Left click. Another left click. Follow the line just up to here for another click. And then complete the line down to the waist. Obviously it depends what t-shirt you want, but a basic t-shirt has this length. Then use the anchor point tool for the part on the armpit and create this curvature. Make sure you've got it selected and then use the reflect tool. You can see I've got a guideline created. You can create that by pressing Ctrl R and then dragging a guide to the center position. It will snap there. So once again, I've got my line segment selected. I'll press O for my reflect tool. I go to the center position, then hold Alt and left click. I want to reflect it vertically and I click on copy. Now I use the selection tool. I'll select both parts at the top, right click, join, and you can see they are connected now. I repeat that at the bottom. And there's the bottom line. I use the anchor point tool again and drag it downwards. It's exactly what we wanted. Now I need the direct selection tool, so press A for that and only select this curvature part, then press Ctrl C and Ctrl F. This will copy it and paste it in front. So this is what I've created. And now I'll just right click and join. And I've got another line directly at the right position. Use the anchor point tool again and drag it downwards. I want to give this a different fill color as it's the back part. So let me make that somewhat grayish. Let me check this one. Maybe I'll go down even one swatch more and then looks better. So we're good to go for the next step, which is the sleeves. Let us use the direct selection again. Only select the part, so the curvature beneath the armpit, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. Now we use the add anchor point tool and create two anchor points close to the first anchor points. And now we use the direct selection tool, hold shift, click on both, and then drag it downwards. Right to this point. Correct the other anchor point. It's fine. And we've got the top menu to get rid of the curvature, and that's what we wanted. Let me give that a different fill color and you can see that we've still got something to do here, so there is some space that we need to work on. It's easy to correct, many ways to do it. Let me just select it and then I join it. So I've got a line that I now can use with the anchor point tool. So just drag it on top of the other one and that problem is solved. Let me get rid of the fill And now we want to reflect that as well for the other side. Once again, select it, press O for the reflect tool. We can press Ctrl Y for the outline mode to find the correct spot, which is this intersection. Then hold Alt left click, vertical reflection, and copy. Alright, we've got that done as well. Next step is to create stitches. So there are some spots where we need them. And first at the bottom, select it, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. So I've only created this line, and then use the arrow keys upwards. I'll repeat the process for the sleeves. So select the part with the direct selection tool, Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl F to paste in front, and then use the arrow keys to reposition that. Repeat it on the left hand side. And it looks fine. At the top we need to add 2 more stitches. And unfortunately we can't just copy that top part as the curvature is different. So let us use the pen tool and then drag this line. You know what, let me show you this in a different way. I'll press Ctrl Y so that you can see it properly. I left click on the path, go to the right, and I hold Shift. That way I can find the perfect intersection, and I click again. Don't drag or anything, just left click. Like this. Press Ctrl Y to switch back, and now use the anchor point tool to drag it downwards. That's a good spot. We need to add another stitch for the back side. So it needs to be inside here on a grayish fill. So I copy this one, Ctrl C, Ctrl F. But this time I can't use the arrow keys. As you can see, I need the exact same anchor point positions on the left and the right. So I simply hold that selected and use the anchor point tool and drag it upwards. Now I need to work on a position, so it's in the hierarchy on top, and we need to put it back. So let me bring that to back, and I select the grayish part and I bring that to back as well so that it's behind it. Now I shift click on the stitch lines and I want to make them dashed. So it's 5 in total. If you can't find that window, go to window, and there it is, stroke. Add dashed lines. Let me play around with the size and the gap size. That should be good. Keep in mind I've got the corners set to round join. That helps a lot. If you change the caps of the stitches to round, you may have some problems on the sleeves. You can see that down here, so just keep it as it was by default. So we've got that done as well. I hold Alt and drag a copy out of it. So this is now our front part, and we want to create the back. So the one on the right is our front, and the one on top of the template is going to be our back. All we need to do is to get rid of the stitches here, and then we need to work on the other stitches, bring them to front so that they're on top of everything. And then we'll change this line with the anchor point tool so that it aligns with the other one. So let me drag that upwards, and that fits. And this is how you can create your basic t-shirts in Adobe Illustrator. As I've said, the template can be found on my website under free stuff. Just look at the top menu, you will find the button there. I'm going to group them and rename them. So let me check that, which is which. This was the front one, and the other is now the back. And this is how you can create basic t-shirts in Adobe Illustrator. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.